Guess what? It's that time again. I have the Open Gate Quilt Subscription box for December 2024. I am so excited to finally be diving into this box. I just wrapped up the Open Gate Quilts Advent and oh my goodness, that was just amazing. If you watched that series, let me know what you thought of it. But today it's all about the December subscription box. I just can't wait to see what projects I have to work on. All right, so let's open up the box and dive in. I love that when you open the box up, it has this beautiful packaging. It's all tied up nicely here, or stickered up, but it's just beautiful packaging. It already makes you feel so happy to be diving into the box. All right, so what I'm gonna do is open this up and pull everything out, and we'll look at it all individually. So first we have our paperwork that lets us know everything about the box. And then here is everything that we got this month. All right, so I'll work in order of the paperwork, and that means first up is project number 1, which is goldenrod wall hanging. And I love that each project is packaged, it's labeled, and has the size on it. So if you can't work on this right away, it's all put together and you can grab it easily when you have a chance to work on it. Here is how the project looks. Oh my goodness, it is so, so cute. All right, so let's open this up. So here is hopefully a better look at the project. I love that we get these pictures of it. It makes it so much easier to just glance and see if you love the project you want to put together right away. I love that she uses the same fabrics that we are using so we can really see how it'll turn out. And then you could also look in your stash and see if you have something that you think will work better with your decor or anything like that. But I love that the full color picture is included on the pattern. So here are all the fabrics all nicely put together. So let's take a closer look at these. So if you are loving this fabric, it is Oak and Maple by Henry Glass Fabrics. So there we go. There are the fabrics. Gorgeous. Very kind of has a fall feel to it to me. I love the prints though. They are so, so pretty. All right, so that is project number 1, and this is the larger project. We always get 2 projects. So let's take a look at project number 2. So here's how project number 2 is packaged. It's a drawstring gift bag. And then you can see on the back kind of how that will look. I've made a lot of drawstring bags and they are really fun to make. They come in so handy. I love the attention to detail that Monique gives, where we get the ribbon and we get the safety pin to feed the drawstring ribbon through. It makes it really, really convenient that you don't have to go hunting for something like that. So here's my fabric, really cute. And then here you can see the project finished. And I'll work on this project at the end of this video so you can see it come together. I'll go through the rest of the things in the box first, but I'll definitely put this small project together. So let me set this to the side so I can work on it when we finish looking at everything in the box. All right, so that was project number 2. And then next up on our list is the notion of the month, which is this Stay Put petal pad from the Gypsy Quilter. So it's so fun that we have this notion in here because I recently put up a video where I was talking about some of the new things I bought for my quilting space, and I had got a mat for my sewing machine, and some people asked if there's a thing that you could purchase that keeps your petal from wandering away from you when you're sewing. So here you go. There are different things that you can use. So you put this under the pedal for your sewing machine and it'll keep it from sliding around. So this is a really fun gift. I don't have anything for mine. It usually sits on carpet down here and it doesn't move too often, but I'll definitely give it a try and see how it goes. So next up is the Aurifil thread that we received. We always receive some Aurifil thread, and it usually coordinates well with one of our projects. So here is this one, and Monique says that is a 50 weight beige. All right, and so last up is the fat quarter that I received. This is a bonus fat quarter. It doesn't really go with any of the projects, but we always either receive a fat quarter or a pattern in the box each month. So this month we received a fat quarter. And this one is absolutely beautiful. I love florals. The background is really interesting, how it has those different colors going through it, all kind of modeled together. So very, very fun print here. All right, so that is everything for the regular subscription box, but you do have some add-ons you could do. So you could either add on backing fabric for your large project, or you could also add on a fat quarter stash builder. So I received the fat quarter stash builder, and that is an extra $12 each month. And then you could also add on that backing fabric for an extra $12 a month. Now, I do want to point out that on the paperwork here, Monique says that there's going to be a huge after Christmas sale. It's December 26th and it's at 7 p.m. So it's a Christmas sale on YouTube Live. So be sure you're following her channel if you want to check out that huge after Christmas sale. Now here is my fat quarter stash builder, and I forgot to mention that we also get a fat quarter friendly pattern with this purchase. So here is the pattern, and here are my fat quarters. So we receive 4 of them. I love this polka dot. These are all very cute. I love pink, so I'm always happy about this. And then the polka dots are super cute as well. So there are my 4 fat quarters. I just always love this subscription box, and I love that the small project always comes together very, very quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that together. All right, so here's my fat quarter. I'm gonna get it pressed first, and then I'm gonna cut it into the 2 rectangles that the pattern calls for. All right, so I have my 2 rectangles here, and what I'm gonna do is place them right sides together and add some pins, and we're gonna sew all the way around this, but we are going to leave an opening. So I'm gonna mark where I want the opening to be, and we're leaving the opening for turning later. All right, so after sewing all the way around, we're going to press the seams open, and then we're going to work on boxing the corners of the bag. All right, so I have the seams pressed, and now we're going to box the corners. We're going to box all 4 corners. I'm going to show you one side, and then you are just going to repeat that for each corner. So the first thing you're going to want to do is kind of pull the fabric apart and line up the seams. So the seams that'll be on the bottom of the bag, and then the seams that'll be along the side of the bag. So line them up, and then once you get it lined up, you're going to measure up what the pattern says along the corner. All right, I feel like I have it lined up pretty well now. You can kind of feel the seam through to help guide you. All right, so I'm gonna measure, and I just measure, I line up right along the seam, and then I'm gonna mark a line where the pattern told me to mark up from the point there. So I'm measuring from the point here up and marking a line, and I'm gonna do the same thing on each corner, but I'm gonna sew each corner as I work. So I'm gonna sew right along that line. Backstitch when you start and stop sewing. All right, and then I'm going to trim just a 1/4 inch away from that sewn line. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, then repeat that with each corner. That's just boxing the corners. It's going to give the bag a little more shape. It'll be nicer to use it to put some items in it. They'll fit a little bit better with that shape to the bottom of the bag. And honestly, don't fret over if you don't feel the seam lined up. Get them just at least close. Nobody's going to notice if it's 1/8 of an inch off or even 1/4 of an inch off. It'll be fine in the end. Just, you know, get it close and have fun making the bag. Don't worry about it too much. All right, so I have all 4 corners boxed. So now I'm just going to use the opening to flip the bag right side out. The nice thing about the boxed corners is they're really easy to press the points out. All right, and at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and sew the opening closed because it doesn't need to be open anymore for the pattern. So I'm just going to top stitch it closed just to keep it easy, and I'm going to make sure that's the inside of the bag so we won't really see it. All right, so now we're going to push that inside of the bag essentially to make it the lining of the bag. So line up those boxed corners and push them down to the corners of the outside of the bag and just get it all even up. All right, and once you feel good about how even you have it, if you have the bottom of the bag pushed in there nicely, then you can go ahead and top stitch around the bag just to make it look nice and finished. All right, so we're going to mark 2 different lines from the top of the bag. All right, and then we're going to sew along both of those lines we marked. Just make sure not to sew the bag shut. All right, so now we're done with all the sewing, and what we need to do is open up some of the stitches on each side of the bag so that we can feed the ribbon through. So I'm just going to put my seam rooper in there, open up some of the stitches. All right, so we have our ribbon here and we're going to cut it in half. I'm going to attach the ribbon to the safety pin and I'm just going to start feeding it through one side of the bag. So I'm going to go from that opening all the way around back to the same side that I started the ribbon on. So I'm going to feed it all the way around the bag. All right, so I'm back at the beginning and I'm just going to feed it out the same side I started, and I'm going to tie the ends together. I have some fray check later. I'm going to try putting that on the end of the ribbon just to keep it nice and clean. Let me know if you have a better idea for keeping the ends clean, but I just trimmed them off for now just to make them look a little nicer. All right, and for the other ribbon, I'm going to attach it. And this time I'm going to start on the other side and work around. So go all the way around through that channel we created. Go past where the other ribbon is. Sometimes it can be kind of weird getting past there. It's almost like the ribbon is in the way. I mean, it is in the way, but it's just, it can be awkward getting past there. Sometimes just keep working and you'll get past it. All right, and then we got the ribbon back through the other side. Then we're just going to tie off the final side, and then I'll clean up the ends of the ribbon again. All right, and then we have a cute gift bag that we can use to put a gift in for a friend. I love how this method for the ribbon works. It closes it up so cute and nice, and is a nice, easy way to make a custom gift bag for somebody and tie a little tag on it, make a little bow. So another perfect project from Monique, perfect for this time of year. I really enjoyed this month's box. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Empty hearts